what's up, guys? It's Orb here. Welcome to Orb Plus. So new topic, new subject, new stuff. Um, in case you haven't know this, you don't know this, you probably don't know this. This is new information even for me. So I am the privileged owner of a Dodge Ram 1500, dated 1998, 1998, right? Um, and I just recently came into a problem where the transmission, according to the most experienced person I know when it comes to cars, he essentially said the transmission was slipping. What that meant was, um, from what his description is when you press the gas pedal and it revs and doesn't really go anywhere, it's meant to go somewhere. And this is while it's in drive, right? It can be driven in first gear, second gear, but in typical drive, it just doesn't go anywhere. So I went out today. I bought all the transmission fluid and the gasket and the filter, in hopes that we'll have it fixed this week or this coming weekend. But before we get to that, I want to make sure I know exactly what I'm looking at and how to go about it for when he doesn't want to fix it and I'm left to do it by myself. So without further ado, I went to actually look up YouTube videos online, and I figured, shoot, I might as well go ahead and make a video about it, see exactly what's what I could do, and what potentially could happen as a result of someone who's inexperienced changing something for the first time on a truck that is not old, but dated. It's as old as I am, and it's doing its thing. So, without further ado, and press play. By the way, there won't be any sound really to this video because I don't want to get. Well, actually, you know what? I don't. In a way, I don't care because I can kind of. Like, I'll stay silent for a lot of it. Yeah. Here, I have an idea. I'm gonna do this. I'll turn it way down, like right there. Perfect. That should be fine. It's gonna be very, very quiet. The video is for you. The point is for me to learn it. So this is a learning experience. I figured if anyone else owns this truck and doesn't really know what they're doing and they come into the same problem I have, hopefully when I go to change mine, I'll record it on camera so that way I know what to do the next time it happens. We can go ahead and figure this out. This is a Ram 2500. I typed in 1500. Let's see if this. And he's going to do something. He's going to check the transmission fluid itself. So to run diagnostic on it, right, you can either run it through the machine, the general CPM, right, the onboard computer, or for my dad, he essentially said drop the transmission fluid pan, right? Drop the pan of it and examine the fluid on the inside. If there's any kind of metal whatsoever in the pan, transmission's toast. Would have to get a whole new transmission for it. Yeah, that takes time. In the event there isn't, though, it should be, to my knowledge, it should be as easy as putting a new filter and gasket in and then placing those O-rings back where they were, and just putting in a new set of transmission fluid. That way it continues running the way it should. Specifically, that is currently visible right now on the right hand side of the screen. That makes number 14. Now, I got specifically a filter kit, right? I did not get a rebuild kit, so mine did not come with a magnet. It didn't come with a pan. It didn't come with any of the extra stuff. It just came with a gasket and it came with a filter. My understanding is there are 2 O-rings that go into assembling that filter and the gasket, right? And then from there, it's just pop off, drain fluid, pop back on, refill fluid, the like. Again, I have not really examined the inside of my pan yet, because it is currently below freezing and it's going to remain that way for the next 6 days apparently. So with that being said, I figured I'll go ahead and get all the stuff I need now, so that way even if the roads decide to ice over, I'll still have my truck readily available to me at my home, and I can go ahead and be working on that while the roads de-thaw. The bottom of this dude's truck looks super clean. He must not be on many dirt roads. Unfortunately, I am dirt central. We have dirt everywhere. Mud, muck, grime, all of it. I can understand it. I understand it, definitely. If when we start recording my process of doing this, it's going to be a little more interesting looking compared to what this guy here is going through. So what size did he say? Well, I'm not as fancy, so we'll just tighten him down. Not hand tight, but we'll get him hand tight, and then exactly the fluid I got from my truck as well. I think so. Per the guy at the counter, my understanding was that I needed 10.9 for the ATF4. If I'm not mistaken, he'll clarify that in the video here soon. Yeah. And with 7 quarts put in, he got his dipstick all the way up to the hashed area completely full. Okay, he has the transmission fluid amount and type he needs in his truck. So far, the truck looks just like mine. Like, everything under the hood is the exact same. Which makes me question whether or not someone misplaced the sticker on the side of my truck, because mine says 1500, not 2500. But then again, that could be a typo. Either way, looking at all of what he's done, it's fairly simple to change out the gasket and the filter for the transmission. I think after this video, I want to look up. I'm going to look up for the duration of this video exactly what problems could occur when changing a transmission filter. That's cool. Be sure to subscribe to this dude. It seems like he knows what he's talking about, and this is probably the first and only video I have found for my kind of truck, even though there's a mistype in here. This is the only video I have successfully found that has explained in almost perfect detail what I'm supposed to do when it comes to changing a transmission filter, right? Or having to do anything with my truck. So now on YouTube, I'm going to look up potential problems and solutions when changing transmission filter. For added detail on 1998 Dodge Ram. I'm going to type in 1500 again. Just. All right. No. Okay. Hmm. There you are. This is actually what I'm running problems with.
Hey guys, in the fast lane here. Today's topic is automatic transmission slipping while accelerating. I'm going to give you 7.
This is exactly my problem. Exactly as he's describing it. It is slipping when accelerating. So while you're on the gas pedal, it's just not moving the vehicle at all. As a result, we're looking for solutions, potential solutions, and of course, what to identify and where to look to find them in order to further diagnose and repair vehicle.
Your automatic transmission may slip.
Again, just so we're on the same page. I know the very, very minimum when it comes to cars. I know where the gas goes. I know where oil, transmission fluid. I know where the fluids go. Everything else about the vehicle. I know where fuses go. Everything. I know what the battery is. Everything about the vehicle that is advanced knowledge that you need a repair manual for. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. So that's what today's video is about. Me learning exactly what to do when it comes to problems like this because uh, yeah, I'm just trying to figure this out. If you like my content, reaction content, learning content, if you are honestly in the same predicament I am and are learning this for the first time, I highly recommend going to these guys' channels because they seem to know what they're talking about, and subscribe to mine because uh, I post a bunch of random stuff on this channel, particularly. I have a gaming channel, I have a range channel, I've got a live channel as well as a shorts channel that's like tied in with the live channel. It's like the same thing. You have lives and shorts on one, and then the other three are just random nonsense videos. So be sure to subscribe to all those. Links to those can be found in the description of this video as well as the description of our channel, right? So be sure to check all those out. Yay. And I'm doing a giveaway in case you guys don't know. It's particularly on a video game. I'm giving away items you can only use in video games. The video game specifically is called WarFrame. It's a free to play game, not advertised or sponsored. Sorry, not sponsored. There we go. I'm doing this because I want to. Don't really have anything else to do aside from make videos and have fun with friends. So I figured I get a little engagement out of the audience that chooses to watch, and as a result, we get to have a little fun with everyone. If you want to know more about the giveaway details, all the details can be found in the description in conversation format, so there is no misinterpretation or miscommunication in any way, shape, or form. Them's the rules, and honestly, good luck. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're newer on the comeback, or honestly like the content I post. Honestly, I really could use that support right about now. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this and actually learn some other interesting stuff because
Now this is for an automatic transmission and not a manual
stuff.
transmission. A manual transmission shifts manually, and an automatic transmission uses electronics and automatic hydraulic pressure to shift. Number 1, overfilling transmission fluid.
So overfilling can mess it up.
Fluid can cause the transmission fluid to foam up. The term for this is called cavitation.
Okay.
Transmission fluid cavitation happens when the transmission fluid is too high. This causes the fluid pressure to change, creating cavitation bubbles. Symptoms of transmission cavitation are erratic shifting, internal transmission damage, and oil starvation. Number 2, low transmission fluid.
So too much and too little transmission fluid could mess up.
When a transmission
Interesting.
has low transmission fluid, this will cause the transmission oil pump to run dry. Once that happens, the torque converter that creates the pressure runs dry, and there is no more hydraulic pressure to the solenoid, which will cause misshifting and also erratic shifting. This causes the friction plates and clutch bands.
So going based off of his setups, his current amount, the high and low, we checked the transmission fluid the day it decided to start slipping, and as a result, we found that there was enough transmission fluid in there, and it wasn't overfilled, right? So let's continue. Like there should be no problem with the fluid in my particular case.
Prematurely wear at a
Um,
very fast rate.
let's see.
You'll know this by dropping the transmission pan and feeling for any grit at the bottom. You'll feel a bunch of fibrous materials. This means that your friction plates have been destroyed.
Friction plates in the transmission have been destroyed due to low transmission fluid. Okay.
Signs with low transmission fluid is your transmission will make a whining noise in all gears, including park, second gear to fourth gear, without ever going to third gear. Number 7.
So I don't have 4 gears. What do I mean by that? I don't have. So I have park, neutral, drive, reverse, right? And then I have first gear, I have second gear. My truck does not go 3 or 4. It only goes to 2, right? It's 2-speed. So essentially, what he just said was the electric component used to push in that transmission fluid or communicate with the onboard computer, right? If it's equipped, which I don't think mine has one, different just entirely. I believe this is also what he's about to convey is the last and final problem is the transmission control module, the TCM. This is part of the onboard computer, if I'm not mistaken, and if that's going to get replaced, ouch.
Transmission control module, or short for TCM. Having a bad transmission control module is like having faulty communication between your brain and the movements of your body. If the brain doesn't tell the body to do certain things, the body won't react, or it will act the wrong way. The same.
You have any idea how expensive brain surgery is? Even for a car? Might not seem like much, but it may not seem like much. It's your brain. Yeah, it doesn't matter what brain it is, it's gonna be expensive.
Same goes for the transmission control module. If the transmission control module isn't communicating properly to the transmission solenoid, then you have erratic shifting, no shifting at all, or even shifting up and down erratically on its own.
So, specifically speaking, because he's talking about erratic shifting, I don't think it's the solenoid and I don't think it's the TCM, nor do I think it's an electrical component between any of them, which dials down the problems all the way down to filter, the rings he was mentioning before with that fiber feeling metal that's at the bottom of the pan, if there is any. It could be those rings, it could be the filter, the gasket, any combination of that.
In some cases, the transmission control module pinout can get a little corrosive.
I'm glad that he's mentioned this because
In rare cases, an installation
my understanding
module
has
electronically
broadened.
bend pins inside. This will most definitely cause a transmission communication error. When you've exhausted all other sources, the last thing to do is replace the transmission control module. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up.
So, it didn't really expressly say anything problematic could occur after changing the filter out, but it did give 7 decent reasons as to why the transmission is slipping the way it is. Stay tuned for part 2 because I want to.
Share, subscribe,
Subscribe to this guy. Subscribe to that one right there. I appreciate this guy's help. I appreciate the other guy's help greatly. I want to make a part 2 of this where I am outside with a camera changing that filter out the way it needs to be. Fingers crossed that that's all it is and that it's exactly what it needs to be in order to work properly again, because I really don't want to have to buy a whole new transmission because of a couple of rings being ground up to dust because it's so cold. And it could just be that it is as cold as it is. Like we've had 2 instances where it has got 2 instances. We've driven it twice since it started slipping. The first time was a small amount of slippage. The second time was the coldest night we've had this past year, right? This past year and this year put together so far. And it's only when it's cold outside that it slips. So my understanding of that is components shrinking with the cold, or again the fluid. Some of it's freezing up in the transmission itself, and as a result, it's causing that slippage. Or we've also tested it on that second day before we had to use the truck, whether or not running it up to the temperature it needed to be would solve the problem, and it continued to slip anyway. And that following night, we did have to follow that truck all the way home to ensure the safety of the driver and the passenger that was in it. Yeah. Stay tuned for part 2 because I'm going to try and change that filter like this week/weekend, and I'm going to attempt to get that truck back up on the road. Yeah, I think that's it for today. That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. What the heck? Why do that? So I stretched it back, but it didn't work the way it was supposed to. What? Hello. Nope. Wrong side again. Oh, that's why. Now I'm on the ceiling. I'm learning as I go. So not vertically, but horizontally. I was pressing center. Uh set horizontally, center vertically in order for I did that completely backwards too. Horizontal, vertical. I kept centering it versus flipping it the way I needed it to be. Ugh. I am extremely dead on the inside. I hope you learned as much as I did about honestly this kind of situation for my current case. Truck problems, car troubles. You get the point. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to me. Subscribe to the two of them because they helped a lot in teaching my slow brain how to figure that mess out. Um, if you want to participate in that giveaway, the description will hold all the rules, regulations, what I plan to do, how I do things for that giveaway. If you're interested, be sure to participate. If not, oh well. I host that giveaway every stream. It specifically says it. If I'm not hot dog, hold up. Here's my other computer right here. I look at it. I make sure I specify that. Wait, I guess you're guessing the amount of cover display is essentially a poster in a video game that I purchased. Guess the amount. You got 6 amounts to guess from. They will never change. If you guess right, you get one Warframe or 6 Warframes, depending on the number you guessed. And you guess wrong, you get nothing. That's how that works. I'm trying to figure out exactly. So yeah, type your display name as shown in Warframe plus your guess equals your entry is complete. The guess with the name as shown in Warframe and your guess must be typed into live chat for valid entry. That is part of the description. It has it in there. It is listed. It is taken care of. You will comment midstream your guess, and I will take note of that guess. And guess what? You're either right or wrong. If you're wrong, I'm sorry. Try again next time. If you're right, yay! You get a prize. Yeah. With that being said, I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.